Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this MOOJAY wireless keyboard and mouse set. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost anything extra. So this is model KM51. The receiver is inside the mouse. You take it out and plug it into your computer. On the back it lists some features. This works on 2.4 GHz. It has RGB lighting on the keyboard and the mouse. The mouse is dual mode, so it can be wired or wireless. So let's get this open. Here we have a thank you card. Here's a manual. This lists the specs. The battery capacity is 1850 milliamp hours. The working current is less than or equal to 80 milliamps. It says lighting brightness is full. The battery capacity is 1850 milliamp hours. That's for the keyboard. For the mouse, the working current is less than or equal to 50 milliamps, and the battery capacity is 600 milliamp hours. This has selectable DPI, has 800, 1200, 1600, 2000, and 2400. So this has a forward and reverse button. Here are the keyboard features. So you can press function 1 through 5 to change the global backlight color, supporting monochrome mode and RGB color mode. You can also adjust the backlight brightness and speed. Has a metal panel and metal backplane. And here are the specific instructions. To turn the backlight on or off, you press function, scroll lock. To change the brightness, you press function and then page up and page down. To change the backlight breathing frequency, you press function plus equals, so that speeds it up. To slow it down, you press function underscore minus. And then you have function 1 through 5, and you can read through those here. It also has multimedia keys. Now to change the color effects of the mouse, you press the left button and the middle button to switch between the 13 effects. You press the right button and the middle button to turn off the light. And this is compatible with Windows, Mac, Linux, etc. This talks about syncing it up to the receiver. So let's get this out. So here's the keyboard and the mouse. It comes with a USB-C charging cable. Now these will both charge with USB-C, but it only comes with one charging cable. That shouldn't be a problem. Typically, they're not going to run down at the exact same rate. So let's try charging these. So let's plug into the mouse. Charging cable goes in the front. We can plug the other end into the charger. It's currently charging at 0.12 amps. Now that can vary depending on the state of the charge of the mouse. Now this is a 5-foot USB cable. That's nice because you can actually run the mouse off the cable. So this has a sort of honeycomb design, has a scroll wheel. You can click on that. You can click left, right, and then we have the DPI button in the middle. On the bottom we have on-off switch, and we have the USB dongle right there. And the honeycomb design is replicated on the bottom. Let's check out the keyboard next. The charge cable goes in the back there. There's an on-off switch here. And if we look here on the bottom, this is made of metal. This is also made of metal. And here are the keys. You can see the travel. On the bottom we have rubber on the corners. And then we have flip out feet if you want to raise it, and those also have rubber on them. Looks like we also have a place for a dongle here. So you can store it there. But these share a dongle, and it comes in the mouse, so I'll leave it there when I'm not using it. So to connect this up to a computer, I'll just take the dongle. I'll plug it into my PC. I'll turn the keyboard on. I'm going to stop charging it for now. I'll turn the mouse on. I'm going to log into my computer. So here I'm logged in. It's kind of hard to show both on camera at the same time, but I'll open up a document. So here I have Notepad. I'll try typing on this. So that typed nicely. I'll also try out the mouse. So I can move the mouse back and forth. Now I can press the middle button here to change the DPI. So that's going to speed up or slow down the mouse. I don't know if that's showing on the screen very easily. So if you're doing work where you want quick movements, you can adjust it for that. And if you want more precise movement, like if you're doing graphic design, you can also change it for that. So let me open up a web page. So this is a page for a computer mouse. I'll click on pointing device, and I can hit the back button on the mouse, and it will take me back to the next page. I can also go forward to go back to the page I was just at. So those are those buttons there. I can just hit them with my thumb. Of course, I can also scroll up and down with this. This also supports the multimedia buttons, so I can hit function sound up, sound down. That's showing up right here. I can also hit things like calculator. That will bring the calculator up. So overall, I'd say that's very easy to use. So now let's take a look at the RGB lighting. Turn off my studio light here. I'll also turn off the overhead light so it's a little easier to see. So here you can see that RGB mode has a really nice effect. So we can type function scroll lock. So function is down here to the right of the spacebar, and that will turn off the light. We can do page up, page down to change the brightness. Now there are icons on here. So there was a light icon on scroll lock and there are little icons on page up, page down. So we can do that. So that's off. And then we can turn it to full brightness. We can change the frequency. So we can say plus, and that speeds up. We can say minus, and that slows it down. Here you can barely see it moving. I probably want something kind of in the middle. Then we can say function 1. That's one mode. Here, let's do 2. There's another, so it's kind of jumping across. Here's 3. So this is pulsing between different colors. With 4. So we can do 4 again. And each time we hit it, we're going to go through a different color. Now the colors are not showing up as vibrant on camera as they are in person. Then we can do function 5, and that will cycle through, and that is the spectral color auto cycle. So let's check out the mouse now. Okay, so here's the mouse. So to change the color, you want to press the middle button first, and then press the left button. So here we have red, green, and this will cycle through different colors. And we have different effects. Then of course we can press the middle and right and turn it off. And then to turn it back on, you press middle, right again, it turns back on, and you can go through the cycles again. And with that honeycomb in there, it gives it a nice kind of 3D look. It's really kind of cool looking, and the light goes all the way around. Of course, these go to sleep when you're not using them to help preserve the battery life, and you can see the light around it there. It's a little tiny bit peeking through on the bottom too. So that's the MOOJAY wireless keyboard and mouse set with RGB. I really like the build of this. It has the metal on the bottom and the metal up top. It just has a nice sturdy feel to it. This was super easy to connect to your computer, and it only takes one USB port. So a keyboard mouse combo like this would be great for a laptop where you have limited USB ports. You could just plug your one dongle in and connect up both your mouse and keyboard. The RGB effects on these are easy to use, and they look really cool. So if you're using this in an office during the day, you might have the lights off. Then maybe at night you're gaming or something, you might turn those lights on. Aside from that, it felt nice to type on, and the mouse also worked very well. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.